Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So hopefully you were in a different time zone than I was and got a chance to watch the live stream from Scott and the official Another Eden Global channel that just happened a couple of hours ago. Now if you haven't, make sure you do click on that and like and subscribe to the official channel. Scott is a great member of the community, and he did provide a lot of information officially from WFS regarding the main story update. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. But for me, what I want to do is kind of go over some of the newest information out there, as well as some of the banners that will be available as of right now. That is, even before the main update, as well as the main story update, which should happen about 3 days from now. Now, I believe it was October 17th UTC. It's October 13th here on the West Coast in Canada, and we're usually a little bit ahead per se, so it should be on the 16th evening for us on the in North America. Now, if you watch the beginning of the video, note that we did get some freebies depending on how far you are in the main story. And so I'll click on each of them right now. Might as well click on some of the old items that have not claimed yet. My reset actually hasn't even happened yet. There'll be another 20 minutes or so before my daily logins. With that being said, even before that, if you have finished certain sections of the main story, and of course for myself I actually have caught up at least with the main story, still working on the last portion of the Nona. Okay, so if I had started main story part 3, you get a special ticket, and these are used for 5-star guarantees. Note that we get another ticket, and yet another ticket. These can all be used in the store as of, I believe, right now. Now, check out the notice as well. I'll use this as a thumbnail, of course. Again, more details are on the official live stream channel. So right now, right off the bat, as of right now, you should be able to access this Twin Destinies encounter as well as the Brilliant encounter. And I'm just going to make one video that covers some of the freebies as well as my thoughts about this banner. Okay, so note that the Brilliant and the Twin Destinies are only available for 1 week as of right now. Brilliant, of course, is a free banner. You get a guaranteed 4.5 or better on the last poll, as well as general odds on polls 1 to 9. Twin Destinies, of course, guarantee 2 5 stars. And note that they are only AS and ES. So, just as a general rule, if you are missing more AS and ES and you really want a chance to get 2 for 1 with your paid stones or heavens European ticket, not bad. However, what's really exciting is, as you can see from me claiming a bunch of tickets, you or us as WFS, like all the players, in order to celebrate the main story part 3, as well as starting to catch up with Japan, because we're only a few updates away, I think less than 5, maybe 3 or 4. We have a bunch of free things. Some of them were free when Japan came out with the Chronos Empire Strikes Back, and some of them are just catch-up banners for us as well. So you can see here, depending on when you started, and you can see I got all those. There are 3 tickets for guaranteed 5 stars. 1 will be for either Tsubami or Sukiya. 1 will be for Kikyo. 1 will be for Hina or Yukino. And 1 will be for Nakoko or Garambero. There are also 3 tickets to catch-up campaign special editions 1, 2, and 3. As well as if you start playing, you will get a certain ticket that will guarantee you 1 of the 4 weapon types for the first one, which is the lance, sword, fist, and hammer, and then finally another one which is staff, katana, bow, and axe. Not only that, but we should be getting with our new dailies, and this starts again with our reset. We should get a Whisper of Time drop as well. So just a reminder, Whisper of Time drops are daily logins. You only have to log in 10 times total. Doesn't have to be all in a row. We have until the end of December, but I mean, if you're playing regularly different tickets, they guarantee you these 5 stars. And unfortunately, you don't get to pull. It's just like you get to select one or the other. And so some of us do need some of these characters to kind of round out the roster. For many of us, so we do have most of these units, in which case it's just extra shadow or light, and so you can decide which one you really want to. I would say at this point, I mean, if you want my opinions on this, I can tell you about them later when we go into the banner selection. Surprisingly though, my friend, who you've heard as a guest on this channel many times, is actually missing 3 of the 4 units in this banner, and so he's actually going to luck out and fill out 3 holes. I believe he's missing Kikyo, he's missing Hina, and he's missing Garen Barrel. So not bad for him, but for many of us, like I said, these are relatively marginal benefits. However, if you're new to the game or relatively new to the game, this is a perfect way to kind of get you into it. Although of course you do have to play quite a bit through the main story at least to get some of these. Now keep in mind that with the power creep out there, I imagine it would be pretty easy to catch up. I've seen a lot of people finish within a month, maybe a month and a half, and then you can get there. And don't forget that you can also set the difficulties for the later parts of the main story. And like I talked about, guarantee one of these weapon units. Now the picture should be misrepresented, so they're obviously featured the best of each of those weapon types. However, I believe if you select, for example, this banner, you'll get a random one out of all those 4 weapon types. So do not be fooled by, oh, we're gonna get Minolta. It doesn't work that way. It should be the 4 weapon types. So there's 130 or 40 5 stars in the game. I think that you will have 1 in 60 or 1 in 70 chance of getting the unit you want. And same thing with the other ones. I mean, as much as we want to have Sesta, Eevee, and of course Prometheus, it'll also be a random one. And like I said, Whisperer Time is here, so that should be fun as well. Now, the other part of the main story which we've seen is that as you play through the main story, and I'm pretty sure I did get those alright, these are the catch-up campaign, which is exclusive to Global. We get 1 ticket to guarantee a unit from Antiquity era, Present era, and Future era. So I'll have to take a look and see what it is. Let's go right into the Dreams section. You can see that the exclamation mark was there. And so clearly everything is here. So I will do a separate video on my summons later on after I kind of, I'm actually on my way to work or getting ready for work, and so I won't be able to do all this right now. And besides, I'm going to be doing my daily whispers sometime later on today as well. So let's just cover, these ones. It's not like you're going to be choosing whether or not you're going to summon. These are guaranteed summon anyways. But let's look at the odds anyways. So again, if you haven't played through, you can earn these. So don't worry. Don't be like, oh no, I can't get them. On the other hand, if you earn them like myself or played through the story enough, you will have these already. So for any further details and questions, make sure you do check out the official notice and the official thing, because I don't want anyone to be like left behind or just not having the information they need. So being that this should be from the future first, I don't know why they did the future first. I think it should be like antiquity to the other way. Okay, anyways. 2.1% on average. I mean, let's do I'll bring up the calculator here. On average, 1 in 47 or 48 on chance of getting the unit. So keep in mind that this one does include both of the broken units that featured their pets or their sidekicks or their buddies, whatever it is. And I would argue, as usual, we pull for the buddy, not the unit, and so this one probably will be the best one. But again, you don't have to select them. You get all of them. So 1 in 48 or so. I mean, definitely use all these free banners before doing any sort of pulls on the newest main story updates. So if you can hold off and have some self-discipline, make sure you play through the main story as far as you can before using your valuable paid or free stones to summon on these on future banners, because realistically you don't want to dupe up afterwards, right? You want to do this and then decide. Although I mean, RNG is gonna RNG, right? Okay, now for the present day, obviously there are more present era units, and so let's just do a quick math. 1 in 58 or so to get a featured unit from the present. Some of them, remember that some of them do dupe up, like for example, Nakoko here is 1.73 for one and 1.72 for the other, for a total combination of 3.45, I guess. And so, I mean, if you need both, any form of one unit, for example, you can double your odds there. I mean, this banner, none of these banners are actually bad, because, let's be honest, if you're missing Orlea, Flam, you know, Nakoko, Yifa, like, look at this here. I mean, you know, nothing wrong with it. Oh no, I mean, Perfection, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a great banner. Not as awesome as the future one. And finally, this one, which is 2.27 or so, 1 in 44. So this one will have the highest chance of getting someone from antiquity of a targeted unit. Oh no, we only have Ify, Alma, Eva. 2 forms of Pizzica and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's pretty good. Even lovely with her tanking ability with Lovebird. And for people, I know one of my subscribers was asking Melina, hey, 3 chances to get Melina here, and if it's 1 in 44, you have 3 times the chances. 1 in, you know, 14.6-ish or so. And my favorite, of course, 3 forms of Nagi, 3 forms of Tuva. So for some people, it could be quite disappointing. For others, this will be a very valuable free banner. Now, the other thing here is, again, if you've played far enough through, you'll also get these tickets as well. These are free, by the way. And these are the weapon types, I believe. So remember what I talked about, but I was correct before looking. So they do have a guaranteed 5-star, but it's from the 4 weapon types. So it is, oops, crap. Didn't do the math right. Just haven't even had my coffee, guys. That's how dedicated I am to bring this information to you. 1 in 68 chance, everyone. 1 in 68 chance of having a unit from these 4 weapon types. So just off the bat, targets that you're probably looking for specifically, of course, Minoka with Tetra, Yifa. I mean, not that these are bad. AS Radius. Miufa will be useful for the altar, which was actually discussed and and previewed on the live stream. AS Lovely. If you get Hismina, you can go alter Hismina. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, these are only up to a certain version, so you don't have ES Claude here, by the way. No, which is kind of strange. Okay, Shannon obviously has altars and so on and so forth. And you can see some of the altars are here as well. So keep in mind that they're not super up to date, but they are a catch-up campaign, and this is up to you know, a certain type. Let's see what the release is. I think it says something about that. But anyways, that's fine. And finally, the part 2. This one is the guaranteed for either Tsubame or Sakia. If you're talking about choosing, if you have neither of them, I would choose Sakia. Her ES form is still very viable as a guaranteed pain sorter at turn start. Her other forms, not so much, but I mean, you also have an Ultra Sakia as well, which gives you that ability to get that fire zone setting, which is actually, she's very powerful in buffing and decent DPS as well. Not that Tsubame is bad, but if you happen to choose between the 2 of them and you need one of the 2 only because you don't have them all, go Sukiya over Tsubame. And again, if you already have the unit, you get 16 light or shadow on that unit specifically. And again, right into the Twin Destinies. Note that on the polls 1 to 9, it's a general banner, 0.02% chance. So lots and lots of 5 stars here. El Seal is featured here as a banner for Fatefuls. So the fact that you get 2 5 stars, one on poll 9, one on poll 10, the chance of you hitting any specific AS or ES is 1 in 77. So you got 2 shots at 1 in 77 of getting the AS or ES you need. My general rules, especially as we have more and more units and they are diluting the pool, because, you know, let's be honest, the WFS will continue to release a lot of units, some of which are great, some of which are average, some of which are below average. You are are really, deciding based on your odds and your math whether or not you want it. Because again, 2 chances of 1 in 77. However, these are paid, and so free players like myself cannot take advantage of it. Set your spending habits accordingly, and then decide from there. That is not. Oh, and then finally, there should be a brilliant for us right off the bat. Okay. And the brilliant is for all free players as well. These are free stones. 1,000 stones guarantees a 4.5 or better. Again, 0.02% chance here. Now, the interesting thing about this brilliant is that it does feature all the units in the game, including, well, that I can see here. Seal is featured here. So, if you're missing a fair bit of units, and I do mean a fair bit of units, this is a pretty decent summon. Normally, I would say that brilliants are not worth pulling at this point in the game, only because we want targeted banners that can target featured unit at 0.8 or 1.2, being that the 4.5 and 5-star are combined in odds. I figure any hit of a featured unit is considered a win. Regardless, it is a tough one because you have most of us don't have enough stones, and Villette is coming, which is also featured in the main story live stream. But if you are gambling and you are missing a ton of the newer characters, especially newer players to the game, this is auto summon, by the way. If you're less than a year and you're probably missing a bunch, this should be this should be one you should target for sure. You also only have a week to do it. So if you don't have enough stones, provided we have the main story update coming on Monday, grind out some stones. You should get some bonus stones, both from the daily logins as well as from starting the main story. Then use 1,000 here, and you can always grind back some more stones, especially if you're newer to the game and have a lot of things to still do in the game. You can come back and pull on some of the other featured banners. I mean, if you like any of these ones here, and of course, the newest main story character in the future. Alright, so just as a review, for the Brilliant auto summon for anyone who's newer to the game, less than a year, or if you're missing a ton of units and have just come back to the game. If you are, like myself, near completion or have all the units, don't bother. If you're only missing 1 or 2, best probably to save your stones for the new units out there. For the Twin Destinies, if you are missing a ton of AS and ES, and you're willing to spend 1,000 paid stones, keep in mind, then pull on it. If you're near completion, if you want the 2 guaranteed 5 stars, if not more, it's not bad price for paid stones, because some people are heavier spenders and they want a 255 all their units. Not bad. Again, it's paid, so keep that in mind. I've gone over my thoughts about these 2 units and also this banner. Keep in mind that we've only got the first 5 free 5 stars. As the main story drops, you will have the ability to earn 5 more free 5 stars. So you can only see 5 here, keep that in mind. I've talked about my thoughts about those banners, and finally, some of the selections I thought about powerful wise for this game. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this update. Are you hyped for main story part 3? Again, a reminder, make sure you start logging in about 5 minutes from now, because, well, from my time anyways, because you will have the Daily Whispers as well, and the chance to cry over your salt. As for myself, I am holding back on the Brilliant. As you all know, I am caught up with all the units, although I don't have any, I don't have all the opuses for Ultra Dude So there won't be any benefit for me to summon on it. Saving all my stones for Villette on Monday, and hopefully I get her and still survive to live to tell the tale. And for these ones, I'll pull them whenever, because they only come up to a certain time, and again, they don't add anything for me other than just extra light or shadow. That being said, one good lesson before I just finish up here: if you are missing a bunch of units, or you feel that Gacha has really treated you poorly, WFS does give us, well, this is a special situation, but WFS does give us periodic free units, either through polls or through Daily Whispers and things like that. You should not feel FOMO in terms of not having the units or whatever, because at the end of the day, you can always get free polls either through the logins or through the brilliance or through daily whispers and whatever. And hey, your luck can change with the single instant of your press of the lone encounter. Church of Single Poles, let's go. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.